Maybe not, he said to the note on the wall. But I'll tell you what does lead to new cheese, trying harder. So saying, Ham slung his bag of tools over his shoulder, and the two set off, trundling down corridor after corridor, poking their heads into chamber after chamber, and carefully avoiding the dark corners and blind alleys. Every chamber they found was empty, but Ham had resolved not to give up. As they walked, Ham told Hope about the old days, about how he and Ho and their friends Sniff and Scurry would go looking for cheese every day, and how it used to be abundant and easy to find. There for the taking. All they had to do was look up and down a few nearby corridors, and there it would be. Simpler times, he said, and he fell silent as they walked on. Times had changed. Ham was not the same little person he used to be. He once was strong and proud, someone other little people looked up to because he was so sure of himself. But the disappearance of the cheese had changed all that. Events had taken their toll. He was no longer strong and no longer so proud. As he reflected on all this, it occurred to him that he felt less sure of himself than he used to. He could see that his usual confidence had been shaken. This was something new for him. He had never really noticed his own thoughts before, or taken a step back to consider how he looked at things. To him, how he saw things was just the way things were. As they walked the corridors, the two found a few crumbs of cheese here and there, enough to nibble on and slow the gnawing in Ham's stomach. Hope tried a few bits of cheese too, and she liked it just fine. Every now and then they found an apple just sitting on the ground by the wall, which they split between them. Between the nibbles of cheese and the occasional apple, it was just enough to get them back to their starting point, where they would rest up for the next day's search. Every day when they set out, Ham felt he had less energy than the day before. When they returned to the same spot again after hours of fruitless search, Ham would drop his bag of tools and slump down against the corridor wall, feeling even more exhausted.